Welcome to Christian Statesman. I'm your host, Zach Wagner, and this is episode 69. Just how stable is our economy? Economics was never a strong suit here at Christian Statesman, at least until 2008. Micro issues that affect local markets and buying decisions should always be within consideration of anyone raising a family, planning a financial path in life, or running a household. The more macroeconomic considerations are sometimes left to larger thinkers. It is ironic how relevant such classic economic minds like Milton Friedman have suddenly become in the last decade or so, when historically unheard of events begin to unfold. Looking at the larger macro issues today, it is valid to inquire after the state of our economy, and it does not look good. During Obama's tenure, it is fair to say that he inherited a financial mess. The long-standing abuses of Wall Street and the financial markets had produced a real estate and credit market dumpster fire that had its origins as far back as the Clinton administration. The economic badminton enjoyed by so many elite investors and bankers over the years came home to roost, as did the sloppy and dangerous relaxation of underwriting guidelines and securities grading in the secondary markets. Obama proceeded over the next 8 years to borrow $10 trillion injected into the economy, often in political boondoggles and other wasteful areas, and call it a recovery. When Trump came to power, we watched the government rack up another $10 trillion in debt in just 4 short years and call that a recovery. Now, admittedly, Trump did bring an atmosphere of confidence that America was once again open for business and not sliding down the hill of a quasi-socialist controlled market as Obama sought to implement. And that confidence did leverage some of the capital injections and open doors for renewed commerce. That was derailed by the pandemic, so-called, wherein blue state governors shut entire economies down on the basis of fear disguised as public safety. What that really entailed was the derailment of any progress that could be attributed to Trump. Now, in his first few months in office, the Biden administration has added trillions more to the ledger and just yesterday announced we need an additional $3 trillion for whatever new boondoggles the powers that be have planned. The looting of the American economy is nearly complete, and the fallout ahead is already beginning to be realized. We will likely see a scenario of aggressive stagflation, then hyperinflation, then the complete collapse of the U.S. dollar. We can argue if this is engineered or just the result of decades of incompetent leadership, but that is not the point. The point is that with the ballooning debt, QE infinity from the Federal Reserve and other irresponsible policy, the day of the dollar is nearing an end. The investment wonks would argue that there is no other place to turn other than the dollar. As one analyst stated, the dollar is the floatiest piece of poop in the toilet bowl. What we have here is the toilet about to flush. The nature of the hand on the toilet's handle is another entirely separate discussion, but flush it will. And when that toilet does cycle and the dollar, along with several other fiat currencies, goes swirling down the drain, what next? We have already some pretty direct hints from our globalist buddies. The Great Reset is on the horizon, complete with a unified international currency ready to come to the rescue that is digitally controlled, tied to a chip or other implanted artificial intelligence in the human body, and then it is off to the races. The global feudalist system is underway. We should pay very close attention to the pricing structures around us. It now already costs more in the first quarter of 2021, up to 20 or 30% more to grocery shop, fuel your vehicle, build a home, buy clothes, or do any other number of common consumer activities. This trend is poised to escalate. We could see inflation up to 40%, 50% or more by the end of the year. How many Americans will see their incomes increase by 40% this year? What does that imply for the millions of Americans who reportedly would have a difficult time paying an emergency $400 expense? We have to express grave concern over the trends we are now seeing. With all of the money printing and loose policy, crippling inflation cannot be held at bay indefinitely. And what of our foreign markets? How long are they going to export goods to the U.S. in exchange for devaluing dollars? The fact that nobody on either side of the aisle seems determined to take a stand and slow this down does not bode well for our economic future. There are few scenarios we can game plan where this ends well. Without a complete overhaul and cleansing of our financial system, we seem on the brink of losing it all. It may already be too late. Are you paying attention? We hope you have a good day here at Christian Statesman. Please subscribe, tell your friends, and as always, have a blessed day.